welcome everyone to our Riverside City College School of Business podcast. My name is Juston Hudson.
And I'm Ajene Wilcoxson.
One of our goals is to bring you entrepreneurs, academic instructors, classified professionals, and leaders within our community. And today we are joined by Jennifer.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
So Jennifer, welcome to our podcast. Let's jump right in. Where are you from? Where did you go to high school? Where did you go to college? What degrees did you earn?
I am from Riverside, actually.
Wow.
But I've lived all over. So we moved to Grand Junction, Colorado when I was 6.
Grand Junction.
And then to Charleston, South Carolina.
SC.
And then I came back here right before my 30th birthday. I know that's aging me a little bit, but moved back to Sacramento because all of our family's out here and never looked back.
Wow.
And you asked about my career.
Education. Let's start with your education. What degrees did you earn?
Okay, so I have a double major in business and accounting.
Oh, wow.
From the College of Charleston. Okay. And from the University of Charleston, I have a master's in accounting. Wow. And I earned I got my CPA in 1993.
Wow,
so
awesome.
I was licensed in South Carolina and then again here in California in 2002.
Oh, that's great. Mm-hmm. That's really, really great.
Yep.
Anything else you'd like to share about this college experience that you had?
I went to a college that had a high pass rate on the CPA exam, so that's why I went there. I had fantastic instructors who were very passionate about accounting and making sure that students were successful. And so that was a lot of what inspired me to go into accounting. And so I went in that direction. And Justin and I were talking a little bit before the podcast. He said, why did you go into accounting? I needed a job. And my parents said, we're not supporting you. And so I had the ability to get a job after college. And luckily I had one, worked, got my CPA, and then it just opened a lot of doors for me.
Wow, that's beautiful. Awesome. Can I ask you one last question on this? Many of the students may not know what CPA is.
That would be a certified public accountant.
And why is that something beneficial for someone who's majoring in accounting?
It's a professional license, and so what you want to do is we try to train our students to go from RCC to a 4-year, get their degree. And then there's a few extra classes and hours that they would have to take based on whatever state you're licensed in. But what this license gives me the ability to do is to sign off on audit reports and practice in front of the IRS. And so it just is that extra stamp of approval that I'm ethical, although unfortunately there have been CPAs that were not. We read about those in those fraud cases in our classes. But it's opened a lot of doors for me that I think it wouldn't have otherwise. So it's been very beneficial in my professional career.
Wow. So going back a little bit, so were you a numbers person growing up in high school, middle school?
I liked math.
Okay.
But honestly, I was going to major in English. When I went to college, my
Really?
mom was an English major, and my dad, he actually has a PhD in history from UCR. And so he spent his career in museum administration, but they told me, again, I needed a job when I graduate, and so I wanted something that was fairly quick. And also my mom had gone back to school and got her CPA, so she started her career when she was 40.
Wow.
That's great. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't it?
Never too late, right?
So, what are some things that you can recommend our students to learn now? And if they're thinking about becoming a CPA, what are some things that they can practice, or any books or classes that you would recommend that they should take?
Definitely the accounting 1A and 1B, the basic principles classes, but also just to practice those problems. Accounting is one of those classes that students will get into and think, oh, this will be really easy. It's just you learn by osmosis. But the unfortunate part of the class is you do have to practice it outside. But once you practice and you get the hang of it, it's actually fun. I found it fun.
I love it. Well, you already said classes. So tell our audience, tell our students what you do. What's your career now?
So my career now is I'm a full-time accounting instructor here at RCC and have been since August of 2020. Yay! And I work with a great group of people. I teach basic principles of accounting. We have a governmental and nonprofit accounting class because you can go into a lot of different industries in accounting. We also have tax accounting classes. We run a VITA program here. It's the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, which is an IRS program where we prepare taxes for free for individuals meeting certain income requirements. So it's great work experience for students, and I highly recommend that all of our students, whether or not you're in accounting, anybody can volunteer for this. You just go through a training class in the wintertime every single year, because of course the tax law changes every year.
Oh.
And then you help prepare tax returns until April 15th. So we order a lot of pizza, we solve a lot of problems, and then we're also going to offer Accounting 67, which is our CTEC class, and that's the California Tax Education Council preparation class, and you can take an exam once you finish the class and become a certified tax preparer, and you can actually charge for preparing tax returns in the state of California if you're successful. Yes, absolutely.
Now you recently developed a class for entrepreneurs. It was the
ENP 30, which is the QuickBooks for entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And so what actually your challenge that you gave to me is, how do you teach accounting and an accounting software to entrepreneurs? Because entrepreneurs are ready to make money, do what they're in business to do. They don't want to spend all their time in books.
Right.
They just want to get it done, because you need financial reports to operate your business. So
Absolutely.
that's my upcoming challenge.
Oh,
So,
love it.
Yeah.
Love it, love it. Why did you decide to enter higher education?
I was very fortunate to have a lot of mentors throughout my career, and especially going back to college. Just my instructors gave me that passion for, moving forward, and I could do anything I wanted to do. And so I wanted to pay it forward. And also during my career, I loved training my coworkers, my staff, my audit team. It was just really rewarding for me to see that immediate benefit of actually, training somebody. And
Right.
so that's why I went into higher education, because it's just helping other people.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what are some things that inspire you? Like, what keeps you going every day? What keeps you motivated?
The students, definitely the students, and the feedback I get from students, and just seeing that brightness in their eyes when they actually learn something. On a personal note, my kids,
Oh,
the kids can either make your day or break your day, but definitely my kids and my students are definitely the ones that motivate me.
oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Doc, I've never asked you, what motivates you? What inspires you?
Students,
Uh-huh.
and realizing that we all have a deeper calling and deeper responsibility, and we all share this. We're alike in this because we've had the conversations. We're here so that we can inspire you, and in inspiring you, you inspire us. And in doing that, we can all make a difference. And that's our goal, is to make a difference in your lives. You can make a difference in the lives of others in the future.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, switching gears a little bit, math can be stressful.
A little?
It can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
But how do you maintain your mental health?
There you go.
I have this great dog that I got during the pandemic. Her
Okay.
name
You do?
is Sunny Biscuit,
Sunny.
and she
Sunny
is the
Biscuit.
best dog ever.
What kind of dog is she?
She is a golden doodle.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And so I go for a lot of walks.
Awesome.
And she is a love. She's always next to me. So there's just that therapy dog quality to
Yeah.
Sunny. And then also I like to garden
Okay.
and just sit outside and take in nature. But
Yeah.
also, honestly, I'm really busy going to volleyball practice and tennis practice and piano and all
Okay.
that good stuff.
So a full-time mom.
Yeah.
A full-time dog mom.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't stop.
So, but Sunny Biscuit, how did you guys come up with that name? That's so
Two
unique.
kids. They were eating biscuits for breakfast the day we got her. And one kid said she was reading a book where Sunny was the actual protagonist in the book. And she said, okay, well, I like the name Sunny. And then my then 8-year-old says, well, I like Biscuit because she's the color of a biscuit. So put them together,
cute.
Sunny Biscuit.
Wow.
I love
I'm
it.
sure they're gonna laugh when they get older. Like, what were we thinking?
I know. Well, yeah, it's funny. You take her to the kennel and there's Sunny Biscuit, come to the front. So it's funny. It's just something to laugh at.
So unique.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. That's wonderful. All right, tell us if you could pick one song that describes your life or a theme in your life.
I think we kind of know. It
I
has
have
to
a
be.
feeling. I have a feeling too.
Yeah,
But let's see if we're right.
Well, I love Madonna. I do love Madonna. And I asked my 13-year-old, I said, can you help me with this question? I'm just thinking about this. She says, well, it has to be Mother by Meghan Trainor. I said, no. I said, how about Don't Stop? By Fleetwood Mac, just keep going and then keep on moving. A good 90s classic, right? Soul to Soul. So I like a lot of music, but I would say just keep on going.
Man, you just gave me chills.
I was
I'm thinking
wrong. I thought she was gonna pick something from Madonna.
Oh, you did?
I thought it was
Into the
gonna
Groove, Holiday.
But you just said Soul to Soul. That brought back memories to me. Wow, I love it.
Yeah, it was
I'm a-
college for me.
College, yeah.
So for our viewers, our students, I wasn't born.
Oh.
When these songs came out, so I'm sure you weren't born either. So we're on the same page. I have no idea what these songs are about.
But you have to remember that sometimes the things that are older are better. just remember that. I love you, brother.
That's a good one. Oh man. So switching gears a little bit here. So if you could pick one word that describes you, what would that word be?
Dependable. Definitely dependable.
That's a good
That
one.
started back in high school. The high school superlatives, best, whatever, but I had most dependable. And I thought, you know what, that does describe me. I will get it done. I'll get the
Ooh.
job done. I'll get your groceries if you need them. I am that person.
Okay.
So
You are very dependable.
That's
thank
awesome.
you.
That's
Thank you.
awesome.
I try.
No,
That's
you
awesome.
don't try. You are.
Thanks.
That's
That's
right.
one of the qualities in working with you the last year and a half, 2 years. I realized that about you. If you
Thank
say something,
She
you're going
comes
to
through.
do it. Yeah, she really, really does. When did you realize that you were a dependable person?
I think I always have been. Back in the 80s, we were latchkey kids. That's before your time, Justin. So I had to babysit my little brother when we came home from school. And from that time on, it's just a sense of responsibility. And, going through school, had to get a job right after college. So you just kind of have to keep clipping along. And it's how you get the job done.
That's
Wow.
right. So I'm going to go back because we
Yeah.
left something out. I want to go back kind of to when we started. You didn't tell us about the jobs that you had prior to teaching,
Oh, okay.
your professional jobs. Can you share that with our students, please?
Oh, yeah, I'd be happy to. So after I graduated from college, I entered public accounting,
Oh,
which
wow.
is where a lot of students who are accounting students start. You do audits, tax returns, bookkeeping. You get a wide range of clients that you are exposed to. And I worked there because I had to have hours to take the CPA exam and become certified. So I did that for several years. And then I moved on to government. We actually audited a government, and I became a senior budget analyst. It was one of my favorite jobs, actually. I worked there for
Over
a couple
RCC?
years. No. This is by far my
Just a
favorite.
switch.
By far.
Good answer.
But it was really interesting to me to work within government, do the budget, learn all the different funds. And then I had a little bit of that entrepreneurship thought. I had a couple of friends who I used to work with who started their own firm, and I thought, well, maybe I'll try it. It was a very small firm. But that was one of the things that didn't quite work out. So I worked there for a year, but you never know till you try.
That's
That's right.
And so then I ended up going back to the firm that I worked for when I was right out of college. And at that point in time, I was finishing up my master's degree, and I wanted to come back to California because I was in South Carolina at the time. My immediate family's still down there, but California's always been my home. And so I came out to Sacramento, and my aunt took me to a recruiter, and 2 weeks later I was on the road back to Sacramento. I worked for McClatchy Newspapers. for about 10 years. I worked in their internal audit department, and then I became the VP of Finance for the Fresno Bee for 4 years. Fresno's great. Just Sacramento, Fresno. I loved working with McClatchy. Fantastic experience. And then I came back as their internal audit director for all their newspapers. And then I fell in love and got married, had a baby, and I could not travel around leaving a newborn. And so took a little time to raise my daughter. And then I started working part-time here, actually, as an adjunct instructor.
Wow.
And decided that, you know what, with all this experience, I'd like to share it. And so I was able to do that. And that's where I met you when I was working part-time. And then I also started working part-time at United Way as their CFO for several years. And then this opportunity came up in August of 2020, and here I am.
Wow.
So it's a long journey, but I'm happy to be here.
Wow.
That's wonderful.
So no fast food restaurants on your resume or anything like that?
No, but I did babysit quite a bit.
Okay.
And then I had an idea during college that I was going to go to law school. And so I worked for a law firm as a receptionist for a couple of years. And big law firm, so I was there at the time, I'm sure it's different now, but a big switchboard. And so I had to, again, dependable, make sure all the calls got where they needed to go.
You said a switchboard.
It was a switchboard. And so I had to know who was what, whose extension, handle clients coming in. So that was a fun job too, but that's what I did during college. And then I worked for a department store too. I was the clinique consultant. So
love it.
Plus babysitting. Hey, I have that full range on my resume.
Wow. That's awesome. Now look at you.
I know,
Wow.
right?
That's awesome.
It is.
So, I mean, what's next? Like, where do you want to be in the next 10 years?
I love what I do, and what I really want to do is dig in and develop this accounting program for our students and really connect with our four-year colleges in this area.
Yes.
The Inland Empire, we want to retain our graduates.
Yes.
We don't want them to graduate and move to Orange County. I mean, it's beautiful over there, but the Inland Empire, great people here.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic place to live. I'm raising my family here, and we want to retain them. And so I want to make sure that our students are, going to Cal State San Bernardino, UCR, even Fullerton. All of these wonderful accounting programs are around us. I want to make sure we connect with those.
Wow.
And so that's really what I want to do, is dig in and make sure our accounting program is the best it can be.
That's
and retain
awesome.
our graduates.
There
That's
you go.
awesome.
I love it.
And then another question comes to mind. Can you advise or give some type of advice to our entrepreneurs or future business owners? Where should they start when it comes to financial literacy?
Good question.
Start with your cash records. Start putting together your deposits and your cash in and your cash out. And I'm sure you're doing that anyway, because you have to know how much you have. You're not always going to look at what's going on in your bank, but look at, say, a lot of students don't realize we still write checks as business people. So you need to know exactly what cash out is versus your cash in, and make sure you're planning ahead as well, that you can't just live in the moment with your finances, because you'll find yourself out of money. So you have to make sure, know where you are to know where you're going, and make sure you have that budget plan. I had heard, you hear a lot of budget seminars and such, but budgeting gives you the opportunity and the ability to manage your money, but also the permission to spend. They are parameters that you want to work within to make sure you become successful and that you're financially sound.
Wow.
That's good.
Well, as an entrepreneur,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You got to keep track of those funds. But I would
Yes.
say start cash basis.
I hope y'all heard that.
And does RCC, or do you guys offer any type of seminars or any office hours for the community to come in?
We do. We have non-credit courses that are free to community members, anybody that wants to take a class. And we have financial literacy classes. We have QuickBooks classes, which I would recommend.
Yes.
They are accounting 801, 802, and 803.
Yes.
And if you take them one after the other in succession, you actually go through and set up an entire company. And you can learn that without having an accounting class. I mean, it's helpful to have that background, but then you can learn how to use QuickBooks, and it's a lot faster to be able to, press a button and you can print a report that shows you your cash in and your cash out.
Oh, that's beautiful. Good questions.
We might need to take that class.
I think so.
Yeah.
So in the fall, are you offering that QuickBooks online class?
We are. We have QuickBooks Online, and we take it up a notch. So it's more than cash in and cash out. We learn about our billings, how that's revenue to us, and also any expenses like our credit card expenses we have to keep track of too. But we also offer here at the college the ability to take the QuickBooks Certified User Exam for free to our students
For
because
free.
we pay
Wait.
for
Say
that
again.
license
Say it
for
to them.
free.
There we go.
And usually you'd have to pay $150 to take that exam, but it is a prep class where we will prep you. It is a 16-week long class, but then we give that exam, and we have so far certified 26 students since we've had that license.
Wow.
What will that certification do for our students?
If I were an employer and I'm looking at 2 resumes and I see QuickBooks Certified User on one resume versus one that doesn't, I would choose the student that has the QuickBooks Certified User because they put in that extra time.
Wow.
We both are blown away. That's awesome.
It is beautiful.
It's fun.
Wow.
QuickBooks is fun.
So Jen, we always end with one question that we ask all of our guests. What is one thought or idea you'd like to share with our Riverside City College students?
I would just say keep at it, don't give up, and don't be afraid to work hard. Put the time in now because you will reap the benefits later.
That's good. Yes.
That's right.
Yes. Excellent. Y'all, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you soon.